Hey Nathan, how are you? My name is Mike Cahill. I'm the head over at Yeah Local over here. Thanks so much for responding back to the email from my colleague Joyce. She works with us doing outreach and stuff like that, and I kind of shoot a video here and kind of talk to the folks after they reply. Yeah, just wanted to kind of shoot a quick video here for you, walk through your site with you here. I found this is sort of the best way to get in touch with people and kind of illustrate what's going on without being too high level or writing out a huge long email. It also kind of shows you that I'm a real person, and yeah, why don't we dive right in here? First thing that we look at when we go through a client site, no matter who it is first thing we always want to do is we want to check for mobile optimization. So I'm going to use this quick tool here, and we're going to just show you what the site looks like on a mobile phone. These are the dimensions of an iPhone 5S, which just happens to be the smartphone that I have here. And your site does resize, very well. Everything here looks good. There's no bunching. I have the mouse here, obviously, but this would be super easy to navigate on a mobile phone. No problem here. The only thing, just maybe this content here is just maybe just a little too small, but that's just this on the screen here. So you guys passed that. That's good. Google's actually handing out penalties to sites that are not mobile optimized now. That's kind of becoming a big issue with that. The next thing we want to look at is, your page speed. How fast is your website loading here? We know a couple of factors. Google says they have something like almost 200 different factors that they take into account when it comes to ranking a site. What we know for sure is in that list are page speed, so how fast your site loads, and mobile optimization. So you got mobile optimization down. So the only thing here really is your page speed. That's an issue. You see here the score here is 50 out of 100. This is a page speed tool that Google uses. This isn't something that we built to try to trick clients or anything like that. 50 out of 100 on mobile. Desktop doing a little bit better, 53 out of 100. Now, what you really want to do is you want to get as close to 100 as you possibly can. 80, even an 80 is pretty good. Usually when it's something this low, something is possibly going on with the hosting. For your hosting company might be, trying to budget down bandwidth or something like that, or you might just want to consider upgrading to a bigger plan there. Google gives you a couple of suggestions here on how to fix this stuff, but it kind of gives the same suggestions no matter what website it is, as long as it's slow. So just something to pay attention to here. But you got 100 out of 100 for user experience on mobile, so that means you're definitely mobile optimized. Google likes that. The next thing that we like to look at is we always like to make sure that people are tracking their visitors with Google Analytics. We have this cool little tool here. You are tracking it with Google Analytics. You can get even you can dig way into Google Analytics and get super complicated, super high level stuff going on. In terms of if you're thinking about running any AdWords campaigns, retargeting people who visited the site, everything like that. So Google Analytics tag is great to have. That you guys have it on there. That's perfect. But what you don't have here is a Facebook pixel. So Google is tracking, you're sending information to Google about your traffic, so that you can kind of visualize it there. And if you ever wanted to run ads, you have that data. But you don't have a Facebook pixel now. Now the Facebook pixel, it's a free tool. There pretty much just sends information about who visits your site and what they do on your site, sends that to Facebook, and Facebook can use that information when you want to run an ads campaign. So if you ever want to start running paid advertisements off of Facebook for your product here, for what you guys do, you can do that easier if you have the pixel. It's free to install. It's always good to have it there. Something to consider. Next thing we want to look at is we're just going to do a quick SEO diagnosis here. So this is just looking at the on-page side of your SEO. So how does Google read through your stuff? And you guys, you're not coming up with any errors here. Honestly, you're doing really great. You've got your title tag is good, your meta description is good. You don't have any meta keywords here. Technically you don't need to have them. It's not a big red flag for Google, but they do help. Google has said that they don't really consider meta keywords anymore as like as a real ranking factor. But I'm always a fan of just having more than you possibly need, just in case. That's something that I would probably add. It looks like you guys are running WordPress, probably running WordPress here. If you're not, I'm sorry. Forgive me for being the wrong one here, but just something to consider. Adding meta keywords with WordPress is very easy. But yeah, otherwise you guys are like just knocking it out of the park with this stuff. So good job on that. We're looking here. Last thing I just want to show you guys is your organic traffic right now. So how many people are coming to your website from the Google search results. Now, what we're seeing here is you guys are getting about an average of, 20 to 23 people, per month coming to your website. Just looking at this graph here, you can kind of see, if we go back to like a year, right? You can kind of see November last year, you guys weren't getting any traffic at all. And then you're getting, a small boost, peaks and valleys of stuff here, kind of been averaging out at about 23 the last couple of months here. And there's nothing wrong with that. You guys are doing good, but I just see that, when we go back to the all-time graph here, you guys had some really good months back in 2012. My guess would be this drop off. This was right around a really big Google update that hurt a lot of websites who were, employing not the best SEO practices. Now, I'm not saying you guys were doing it on purpose. A lot of SEO companies possibly were doing that back then. I worked with a number of companies who were page one for a bunch of really great stuff, and then Google pushed through that update, and then everything just dropped way the heck off. Just something to think about here. I see from the bottom of your site here that you guys might already be working with an SEO company here. If you guys are happy with what they're doing, please just ignore my offer here right now. But I just think that we could absolutely, with some quality SEO work, get you guys back up to this level. You see here, these are the keywords that are driving the majority of your traffic right now. So you kind of see traffic percentage. So Condensate, Neutralizer, you guys are number 6 for that. But that's pretty much your that's pretty much your brand name right here. There's no reason why you guys shouldn't be number 1 for that. I don't know why you're number 6. And kind of like various other keywords around that. You kind of see 3 like pretty big keywords here. Paid number 6 for one, number 9 for the other, and then on page 2 for boiler, condensate, neutralizer. There's a lot more we could do to get you on the front page for that. A lot of that has to do with the backlinks for your site, how many other websites are linking to yours, and what that looks like. SEO it's a bit of a complicated game, in that you need to have your on-page SEO really good, which you guys do, but the on-page SEO isn't worth much if your off-page, meaning the other pages linking to you, are not that good. Really, you guys, we're only seeing, within the last year or so, 1 new link being added to your site here. You really need an SEO campaign that's going to be adding new links consistently and building that sort of momentum for you. Anyway, Nathan, this video is already getting a little long. I'm sorry I kind of started to ramble. I also teach SEO in my spare time, so I tend to just kind of like to talk about this stuff and be instructive as I can. If any of this is interesting to you, if you are interested in growing your SEO presence, getting a good link building campaign going on, capturing those top spots that we just saw right there, please write me back. Let me know. We'll find a time to talk, and we can get the ball rolling on that. I'd really love to help you guys. All right. Thanks so much for your time.